Little Miss Recap contains adult language and is intended for entertainment purposes only. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Little Miss Recap. My name is Amy Archer. I'm your host, and I am here today with Becca. Hi, Becca.
Hello, how are you?
I'm well. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm always amazed at how early you get up.
I'm an early riser, and I wake up just full of piss and vinegar.
Girl, Amanda and I are texting. It's like 9 o'clock here, which is 6 o'clock you, and you're responding.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming that you have that group text muted so that we don't wake you.
No.
Oh my God. Now
But
I'm never going to text in it.
No. But you don't wake me because I'm up in between like 5 and 5:30. I used to, on Mondays, I used to have a meeting that I was a part of that I had to be up at 4 and in the meeting by.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes.
And
I thought I had it bad when I used to have to teach at 8 o'clock.
But I've always been like that. Even
Yeah.
Grayson and Maddox, they wake up early.
Yeah.
And I wake up and I'm like ready to go. How's the day going to be?
Mm-hmm.
Steve, my husband, had to, he has fully admitted he had to adjust to me being a morning person.
Mm-hmm.
And it's made him be a morning person by default.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Timmy's a morning person. Like with his work, he always had to get up at like 5:30, 6 o'clock. And because they usually started at 7, especially in the summer, they would sometimes start at 6:30. And I would I was the one who got the girls to school and then went to work. So like I was a little bit later, but now that we're both working from home, I'm the early one. I'm up at like 7:30 and he sleeps till like 8. 8 is like sleeping in for him.
Oh, that's if I sleep into 8, like take my temperature. Am I sick?
That's what I always say. Like signs that I've been murdered would include my bed not being made.
Oh, yes.
Because I make my bed the minute I get up.
Same.
And if you come home I always tell Tim, if you come home at like 2:30, 3 o'clock and that bed's unmade, start looking for my body.
Yes, something's gone awry.
So let's talk about Love is Blind. We're going to do usually we do like the first whole drop in one episode, but because we feel like we miss a lot of nuance and stuff, we're going to split it into 2. So this episode will be Love is Blind season 10 episodes 1 through 3. So that's what we're discussing. And I have not watched forward. You watched 4, right?
No, I thought I did.
Okay.
But I just because it took me so long to watch the 3 because you stop. I had thought
we are champing at the bit to watch.
Oh, yes.
4 through 6.
Because I'm in. I hope everyone loves this season. I'm so into it. I believe in love again.
It's interesting because, so this season is Ohio. And I wonder if this is what they're going to start doing, like just states instead of cities, because there's some people from Cincinnati, some from Cleveland, some from Columbus. It's interesting.
Yeah. And there's one person that's in an area and they joke around their conversation. Well, I would have never met you because you're outside of my Tinder zone. I do have a question though. There seems to be some going on the internet. What happened to the Boston season? Boston was supposed to be next? Question mark?
I don't know. Yeah. I have no idea. That's a long time to ask these people not to post anything on social media about this and to hide their relationships, right?
Yeah. How do you have to move states then? Like you just can't stay in your hometown then.
Yeah. They need to shorten up production.
Yeah.
It needs to be like don't post anything for 6 months.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I will say that being a Pennsylvania girly, seeing these Ohio bros, like they look like just your average people to me.
Yeah.
I don't see anyone that's like overly like, oh my God, that person's an influencer or although my criticism of this show is always that these people are hot. So like they don't have to really, if you're going into Love is Blind and you're like, oh God, I don't know what's going to be on the other side of the wall. I think you can kind of rest knowing it's just going to be a different variance of hotness.
Yes.
It might not be the hotness you always date, but it's still going to be hotness. And I have a real problem with that.
It's not going to be Quasimodo on the other end of the
I'm not coming out of that door. That's Like, I almost feel like this. I feel this way about celebrities who have podcasts too, like leave something for the little people.
Yes.
Like Love is Blind producers, leave something for the ugly people out here. The people who are just in a real bind and can't pull anybody. Like people like me, like I want to know, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, no.
We need people can already find people. They don't need help.
It's just, there's always these people on these shows like, I can't find love anywhere. And she's like 5'10", size
Like
2.
a smoke show.
Yeah. And you're like, girl, you can't find anyone. Like blonde hair, big boobs. You're gorgeous.
Yeah. It's like, what is going on here? It's just wild to me. So I feel like the experiment is flawed from the get-go.
Yes.
But we're going to play along because it's one of my favorite shows and I love it.
I do like this season. Everyone's a little bit older.
Yeah.
There's no 22, 24, 25-year-olds.
Let's see. Of the people we meet so far, we got 33, 33, 27, 33. Yeah, a lot of there's one person, two people under 30.
Yeah. But they're late 20s. They're not early 20s. Yeah.
27 and 29.
So it feels more realistic. You know, like I am really looking for love. I'm, want to get married.
Becca, you and I are raising older teenagers / young 20-somethings. 30's the new 20, right?
Yeah. it really is. Because the 20s are still your teens, really.
Yes. I belong to these college Facebook groups, and yesterday there was a post by a mother. I felt bad for her because she was like just trying to help her kid out, She like posted a picture of her son's food on his tray from the dining hall, and she's like, who thinks that this is enough food for my son?
Oh,
he
God.
needs more than 5 chicken nuggets. Like it went on, and everybody destroyed her.
Oh,
She's like, he's forced to get back in line to get a second helping.
He's forced. That's a bit dramatic.
Like they won't give it to, and I know the ins and outs of this because my gram worked at the cafeteria at the University of Scranton. So like they can't give them more. They do have to get back in line.
It's not that big of a deal.
I know it's a whole thing, but yeah. All right. So let's jump into this again, guys. If you have not seen episodes 1 through 3, please shut this off, go watch and come back. And if you're looking for stuff on episode 4, you're going to have to wait until part 2, which is going to drop right after this.
Woohoo.
Okay. I have 8 pages of notes. So here we go.
Here we go.
One of the first, let's talk about Nick and Vanessa.
Okay.
First, we get this Ohio, Ohio. I didn't realize Ohio had so much pride. I'm glad they do.
I mean, I was shocked that everyone, is that the state song? Because everyone knew it.
I think it's I get in trouble when I assume things, but
is it the Buckeyes?
I think it's going to be like the Ohio State chant.
Okay.
Like, we are Penn State. We are, like, that's our Penn State thing. Yeah. Okay. So they're, I have a note here because Nick goes, oh, Buckeyes, like, my born and bred, but Nick Lachey was not born in Ohio, but he was raised there.
Oh, I've always thought he was born and raised.
Yeah, he grew up there. Okay. Like he went to elementary school there, so he must have moved there very small. Okay. So just for anybody wondering at home, I have you covered. Okay. So one of the first interactions we see is between Jordan, 33 sales. He tells us he's a foodie and he loves art and reading. And he says people assume he's a big oaf, but there's much more to him. And we see him chatting with Amber, 33 nurse practitioner. I like Jordan.
I like Jordan a lot. He
seems
like a real fun guy to be around.
He seems like a sweetheart.
Yes.
And the producers do him dirty by having him always shoving food in his mouth.
It's like
nobody can eat attractively on camera. No. I'm sorry, you just can't.
No.
So Amber tells him right away that she has a 7-year-old daughter and she also loves to cook. She hosts all the holidays. I'm gonna take Amber to task, though, on a story that she told, and you and I were texting about this. She says when she first had Emma, it was a time when nurses weren't making much. And I will say Pennsylvania and Ohio, I feel like have a lot in common. Politically, they're very similar. So I will say that whatever salaries are around the world, they are generally less in this part of the country. Like Pennsylvania's minimum wage is still $7.25.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So I do understand when she says like nurses weren't making a lot at this time. And she says she couldn't afford presents, Christmas presents.
Mm-hmm.
And so she and Emma just laid at the top of the stairs. And she's like, I looked at Emma and she was just so happy because kids just love you no matter what. And she says, you know, at the end of the day, if your partner's not going to lay with you on the stairs when you're broke, what good are they? And I feel like Amber might be taking a page out of my playbook when I used to exaggerate every single thing in my life, still do kind of. Listen, I've had lean Christmases. You've had lean Christmases. Yes. You can go to the dollar store and get your kid a couple toys for under like $10 and they would still be happy. Maybe she didn't get the gifts that she thought, you know, she would like to get Emma.
Yeah.
But I don't think she got her no gifts, right? Are we?
And in my mind, this is like one of their first or second kind of Christmases. That's at least how I played it.
Yeah.
And one or two, wrap up her old toys and give them to her. She won't know.
Oh my God. Good point. Good point. Yeah. I used to change out my kids' playroom. Like every 6 months, I would take a bunch of toys and put them away somewhere.
Yeah.
And then bring them back out.
Like
6
they were
months
new.
later, and they're happy to see them.
Yeah.
But that's just me being a total nerd about it. I'm like, really? No presents?
Yeah. No one there to help give you anything. Like, right. You know, if you're that hard up, you could go to, they have, you know, the firehouse, just the Toys for
Tots.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with her kind of exaggerating this, but I'm curious as to see if this is an indicator of something more that we're going to tap into here.
But we also find out she's not very good with money. She fully admits it and laughs about it.
Yes. And neither is he.
No, that's not a good. Two people with not good with money. I don't know.
See my first marriage.
See me on a daily basis.
So now we meet Vic. I'm so into this guy.
I want to be on Love is Blind to be matched with him. I think he's fabulous.
He is so freaking hot.
His hair. Oh, I love it. Long.
His voice. His demeanor. Everything about him.
Everything.
So he's a professor of public policy. We see him chatting with Christine, a speech language pathologist. And he's from Brooklyn. And he says he's a professor now here at one of the universities in Columbus. And she's like, I just want to be better. I want to be a better person. They're both Christian. They both say their moms are on board with this.
Yeah.
Okay. She wants a Super Bowl house where she makes snacks. And I totally understood what she meant. Did you?
I totally knew what she meant.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. She says the Super Bowl house is my fairy tale ending. I thought that was cute.
I thought it was cute. I want her to have that. I think she's fabulous. Yeah. I'm in love with them both.
Later, they have a nice dinner and they share that they've both been arrested for weed and got it expunged from their records.
It was cute. They
talk about their families. It sounds like she doesn't have a great situation.
No.
And sorry, I have a ton of notes here. I'm just going through it. He tells a pretty traumatic story about witnessing his mother in an abusive situation, and sounds like his sister handles shit.
Yes.
I want to meet this sister.
Yes.
Which I'm sure we will.
I think we will. Yeah.
Then we see him read her a beautiful journal entry.
Oh, I loved it. Oh, it was so special.
I know. Okay, now we get Jessica and Chris. Jessica, I like Jessica a lot. She's 38. She's a doctor. I wrote, why is she dressed like a flamenco dancer? We have no idea.
Yes.
She has like almost Patia's tell-all gown on from the tell-all of 90 Day Fiancé.
Yes. She totally, the dancing emoji.
Yes. And she's cute though. Like she's brunette. I'm always partial to brunettes.
Same.
And she's like short. I don't know. I just like her. She's cute.
She does kind of like you could just put her on a shelf. She's very cute.
And Chris is 32. He's in software sales. I like him too. He's okay. Later, he gets a little red pilly broy, but it's okay. She tells him she was working in ICU during COVID. And he's kind of like, wow, that had to be hard. And he does say, I'll be interested to see, if we see anything political.
Yeah.
Because we did last season.
We did in the season before. Yeah.
Yeah, it's starting to become less and less like you're not able to hide it anymore. It's too much of a values
And
conversation.
it's so bombarded in our life now that it has to trickle into especially a dating show where you're going to get married.
Yeah, if I'm on a dating show, I'm 100% making sure we're on the same page politically.
It probably would be one of the first questions I asked.
Me too. Me too. I'd be like, where were you January 6th? Just curious.
A real buzzkill.
Like, that's how I would start.
Yeah.
So he kind of alludes to it though, because he's like, and he could be talking about anything. It doesn't necessarily have to be political. It could just be misinformation. Because he's like, it must have been hard for you to be on the inside and doing that and hearing all the bullshit from the outside.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, it really was. And she said her ex wasn't supporting her during that time. So they got divorced. She does say like, he's a good person, but our ideas of marriage were just different.
Yeah.
Then Chris says he was in Kuwait in a Black Hawk unit. I'm like, whoa.
I know. Whoa. I was like, whoa, tell me more.
And he's like, I literally just want to live in a better society and be a better person. So, okay.
Yeah.
So Chris, same guy, is now going, we see him meeting Bree. So these are the two people he's
kind of dating.
Torn between. Okay, I don't love Bree. I'm going to be very honest. She's her energy is way too much for me.
She reminds me of a good friend I have. So I have a fondness for her because I'm like, oh, that's Krista.
Okay.
She grows on me as we watch.
Yeah, I don't dislike her, but like I would just be like, oh, I can't deal with this energy coming at me.
She definitely has puppy energy. Like she's bouncing everywhere.
She was in competitive cheer and it shows. Like she's just somebody, and I know people like this in my life who've always been in these competitive sports and they're just wound tight.
Yes.
I'm wound tight in a different way, like an anxiety-ridden way. But this,
I'm wound tight in a woe is me, the world is ending way.
Last night we were watching Harold and Maude, which is one of Timmy's favorite movies.
Yeah.
And he's like, I would love to meet somebody like Maude. Like she's just so carefree and free-spirited. I just would love to meet a free spirit. And I looked at him and I said, you did not marry a free spirit. Let's just be real clear.
There's nothing free-spirited about me over here.
No. So her nickname is Breezy, and they talk about like Chris has done jujitsu, he's done the Ironman, he's like real into his physical fitness and wellness. And I wrote, oh no, he has an ice plunge at home.
Oh, 100%.
Here we go.
100%.
Here we go. He says, I love my ice plunge. I'm into doing hard things. I know if I get up and I get in my ice plunge and that's the hardest thing I've done all day, it's a good way to start my day.
Rah!
I feel like saying to these guys, like, can you just calm down? Life doesn't have to be this fucking miserable. You don't have to start. Like, not everything has to be hard.
Like, we can't have a nice warm shower to start the day. That's misery. Like, you got to start with a polar bear sponge.
But there are people who live like this, and hey, all the power to you. You're better than me.
Yeah.
So Bree tells producers that she and her friends have given a lot of mid men chances that they don't deserve.
I loved this. She's like, why am I with you? You're mid ugly. It did crack me up.
So follow me here, guys, because now Bree leaves that room and now she's in with Connor. So Bree is torn between Chris and Connor. Okay. What'd you think of Connor, Becca?
My first impression of him was, I don't know about this guy.
Yeah, I feel like he's just kind of like blah.
Yeah,
he's an average, like Ohio guy.
There wasn't much screaming off the page about him. Yeah.
His nickname is Spees. So we got Spees and Breezy. I'm like, no, this can't happen in this world.
And she's loving it, though. She's loving it.
They love singing to Mr. Brightside. So they just really have something in common here.
That's what I'm looking for when I'm getting married. Do you know all the lyrics to Mr. Brightside?
I mean, if you can play Creep on an acoustic guitar, that might seal the deal for me.
Yeah, I have dated a lot of musicians who've pulled out the guitar.
Yeah. So she says, I love singing Mr. Brightside in the Michigan Wolverine Stadium. She's a Wolverine.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm putting a bunch of stars by you. You have all the stars. You have all the scars. Yes. Or all the stars. Sorry. they love skiing. He's like, I want to marry you right now. Go on our honeymoon. We'll be a ski trip. And, he tells the camera, I just want to DoorDash food and relax on Sundays and sing Mr. Brightside on Fridays. Okay.
Yeah.
So Connor now, 31 account manager, is torn between Breezy and Emma.
Yeah.
So we're going to meet Emma now. So Emma is the youngest one so far.
Yes.
She's 27, and she is the one, guys, who has all the scarring on her arm.
Yes, she has a very interesting backstory. Yeah.
And she talks about this, and she says that she tells Nick and Vanessa this in the beginning, that she had 10 surgeries, I think.
Yeah.
She
had a birthmark. She was born with a birthmark. Yeah.
She was born with a birthmark that they think could have turned into melanoma. So they wanted to remove the birthmark. So she had like a lot of skin grafts and surgeries before she was like, I think 10 years old. I forget.
Yeah.
She was very young.
Yeah.
So she really is into this experiment because even though she is an absolute fucking smoke show,
gorgeous,
she's like, my scars can be off-putting to some people. And I get that. Like we all have something that we would feel self-conscious about. So,
and it when you first see it, it is a bit jarring. It looks like it looks almost like she was burned.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I can imagine people probably do give it a second glance, look at it side-eyed. Yeah.
Yeah, it's obvious. Like she's not able to hide this. And I'm kind of glad that she's not hiding it. Like she's wearing strapless dresses and or sleeveless dresses, I mean, and yeah, I'm kind of glad. So she is retail merchandising 27. So she's talking with Connor and he's like, I love your name. You get a star. This guy's giving stars to a lot of people. He just loves
the stars.
He tells her he sells dumpsters and she's kind of like, wah, wah. But I'm here to tell you there's a lot of fucking money in that.
I figured it was like construction-y, not like he's going door to door selling garbage cans.
Right. I don't know like if he owns the dumpsters and he's doing this, but I will tell you that a lot of people do this for passive income. Like, because all you do is drop the dumpster off, you pick it up a couple days later, take it to the dump, and you're done.
Oh, that's easy.
And it's a couple $100 here and there. Like, it's a good way to make money. So I don't think she should have poo-pooed that. But Little Miss Recap will return in a moment. For ad-free episodes, visit littlemissrecap.com/support. Today's episode is brought to you by Factor Meals. It is freezing here in the Northeast. I think it was like the wind chill was -25 the other day. And when it's like that, I am so grateful to have a bunch of Factor meals in my refrigerator and I don't have to leave the house. Factor makes healthy eating easy with fully prepared meals designed by dietitians and crafted by chefs, so you eat well without the planning or the cooking. Factor Meals uses quality functional ingredients, including lean proteins, colorful veggies, whole food ingredients, and healthy fats. There's no refined sugars, no artificial sweeteners, and no refined seed oils. Factor Meals offers 100 rotating weekly meals to keep things fresh and delicious throughout the winter. They also have various menus for whatever your dietary choice is. My favorite is the GLP-1 support menu. Let me tell you what I ate this week. The Parmesan and garlic cream shredded beef with cauliflower, peppers, and tomatoes. It was absolutely amazing. I mean, I'm a huge cauliflower person, so I'll eat it however, and this was absolutely perfect. I also, close second, would be the honey butter chicken breast with Yukon mash, zucchini, and caramelized onions. And what's so great about Factor is there's just enough for you. So you don't have to deal with leftovers. You don't waste anything. It really makes you feel good about your diet and what you're eating. Factor meals are always fresh, never frozen. I use Factor meals and you should too. Head to factormeals.com/littlemissfifty-off and use code littlemissfifty-off to get 50% off and free breakfast for a year. I've told you guys before, my kids love their breakfasts. Eat like a pro this month with Factor. New subscribers only, varies by plan. One free breakfast item per box for 1 year while subscription is active. Again, that's factormeals.com/littlemissfifty-off using code littlemissfifty-off. The link is in the show notes. Thank you, Factor. Today's show is sponsored by Dame Products. This Valentine's Day, many of our reality TV couples are struggling to connect.
Struggling is one way to put it.
You know what could bring some of these couples closer, Amanda?
Therapy and self-introspection?
No.
Oh.
Well, yes. And a little shopping spree at Dame Products.
Imagine what Dame's Eva wearable vibrator could do for Lisa and Daniel. Eva is a hands-free wearable vibrator that stays in place during partnered sex. Designed for a secure and comfortable fit, it really is the ideal sex toy for couples.
I cannot imagine her in her wig trying that out. But hey, you never know.
You never
If
know.
you guys find yourselves without a partner this Valentine's Day, like any one of our souls on the single life, why not treat yourself to some much deserved self pleasure? For example, Amanda, I have heard from a friend that the Min vibrator is fantastic.
Funny, I've heard that from a friend as well.
Yes. I mean,
Yes.
you could think of Min as your classic mini wand, but softer, sleeker, and more powerful. And most Dame products now use USB-C charging. Finally, one less cable to stress about. I mean, imagine what the Min could do for our girl Liz. Could she make better choices and learn to find her own pleasure?
It absolutely couldn't get any worse than her previous choices.
True.
Dame believes pleasure is health. Their products are thoughtfully designed to help you connect with yourself and your partner in ways that feel effortless and exciting.
Right now, Dame is offering 20% off site-wide, their biggest sale of the year when you shop at Dame.com. And Dame is so much more than vibrators, guys. They have a ton of sexual health items for women, like Desire gummies, lube, massage oil candles, and more.
And Amy, Rick is going to be thrilled to learn they have a throw waterproof sex blanket made from ultra soft cotton. No more of that tarp that he brought.
No,
Throw
better
is
than
a-
the tarp, I'm assuming.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Throw is a circular sex blanket with hidden waterproof layer that keeps things mess-free and a pouch that keeps it travel ready. Breathable and compact, it's designed for whatever you're into, from period sex to breakfast in bed to picnic under the stars
Or a trip to Madagascar.
or a trip to Madagascar.
Go treat yourself. That's 20% off everything at Dame.com. And just a heads up, everyone, if you want it in time for Valentine's Day, the expedited shipping deadline is February 10th. So that's like right now or has passed. And you know what? You don't have to wait for Valentine's Day. You can explore self-pleasure any time of the year.
Be your own Valentine every day.
And tell them Little Miss Recap sent you. Thank you, Dame.
Thank you, Dame.
At one point, he tells her, like, you know, I really like where we're at. I really like how we're progressing here. And she says, really? Because I feel like this is a little surface level.
Yeah.
And I see parallels to my past relationship. We would only get deep when we were drunk.
Sounds like
oh my
most
God,
of-
I feel seen.
Because when I get drinking, I want to talk about deepest, darkest secrets.
When I get drinking, I want to talk about what that poem meant to me.
Yes.
So
The lyrics in a song.
Yes. Yes. So she says, I don't want that again. And she's starting to cry, and he's trying to comfort her.
Yeah.
Emma's other connection is Mike. Mike is 29 and he's a sales manager. Their main conflict seems to be that she doesn't know if she wants kids, and he absolutely wants kids.
Yeah. And we forgot to mention that Emma was adopted. And
Yes.
she was adopted. She's Chinese, and she was adopted by a white family and raised in a white community. It didn't feel like she had a lot of connections to her Asian ties.
Yeah.
As long as what she explained. Yeah.
And she also kind of says, she doesn't tell him she's adopted right now, but she tells the camera, like, I don't know my medical history.
Yeah.
And that makes sense to me because she did have this birthmark, and she says she has them all over her body. And so I could see not knowing, is this something that I would pass down? And then my kid has to go through these surgeries. Like, I totally understood where she was coming from.
And you still see one of the birthmarks on her hand, like when she's talking. Yeah. So,
yeah. The thing about Mike, though, that I was like, is that as he's talking to her, and we see this a lot on this show, he's starting to walk back wanting kids.
Yeah.
Like, well, if I loved you, no, don't do this. No, especially on something so big as children.
Because having children or not is a deal breaker. If you really want to have children and you're with someone who doesn't, it doesn't matter how much you love them, you're going to be resentful someday.
don't give up that dream for somebody.
No.
And likewise, if she doesn't want children, she shouldn't allow herself to be talked into having them.
Yeah.
Because the number one thing I always say when people talk about whether or not they want kids is don't have them if you're not 100% sure, because it's a living fucking nightmare at times.
It's a lot of work.
So like she shouldn't be talked into that either.
No.
So all right, in a later date she does say like, I really like Mike and I'm starting to feel comfortable, and they talk about kids now, and she admits that he has changed the way that she's looking at having kids. No. He talks about he talks up having kids, and he tells her, I'm not trying to change your mind. I'm not trying to force you at all. I'm like, oh, this is.
But he ends it with, but I will, talk about it all the time. And I will try to yeah.
Now, Becca, we meet broke down Simon Sinek. Steven, I hate this guy.
He's a little weasel. Yeah.
He looks like Simon Sinek, right?
He does. Like the broke down version.
Yeah. And I was very proud of myself because this guy, there's rumors and allegations about him essaying another woman in Ohio who saw him on the cast list and was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And I sent it to Becca without really like fully processing who this was. And then when I saw this guy, I'm like, wait a minute, this has got to be the guy. Cause I was getting creep vibes off this guy immediately.
Yes.
Ugh. 31, finance bro.
Of course.
Steven's with Emma now. And he's like, listen, I'm not super deep. You got to be quick on your toes with me.
Yeah.
And so she talks about adopting her dog, and he immediately goes like, would you adopt a child? I don't know where this is coming from.
Yeah.
But it hits her.
It does. And yeah.
And she's like, well, yeah, of course I would. And, he goes, and this is typical. You could break like this guy, sort of like the Dennis system on It's Always Sunny. This guy followed the Manosphere guide for getting into a woman's bed.
Yeah, he listens to some Joe Rogan. Because
first thing he does is separate himself from the pack, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, all these guys in here talking about like, do you want my baby? Do you want my baby? But, there's so many kids who deserve love. I'm going to Big Brother so hard when I get home, man. I'm joining the Big Brother program. I'm going to do that shit so hard.
Like, what does that even mean? You're going to do it so hard? Like, weird. That's not how you mention when you say you're going to mentor a child.
Then he, has to showcase his sweet side. So he starts telling us a story about his grandma and grandpa meeting in France at the end of the war.
Yeah.
She says, I used to teach dancing to seniors and Zumba and stuff like that. And you could see the relief on his face. Oh, thank God she's not a fatty.
Yes. Yeah.
So I'm just clocking this guy. Everything he says is gross.
The way he sits is gross. Everything. I don't like him.
This tells you everything you need to know about this guy, because later he goes, what are you wearing? And she tells him like, I don't know, a brown blazer and jeans, whatever. Yeah. He goes, I'm wearing a nice cream multi-textured button down with the red crop top. I'm like, what? Who does I could say to my husband, Timmy, grab me your he doesn't own one. Grab me my multi-textured button down. He'd be like, I don't even know what that is. What are you talking about?
Steve would just bring me the closet. Which one?
It's just a weird way. Like it shows me that he's very conscious of his image at all times.
And then when she's like crop top, he's like, no, not like a crop top, but like crop top.
God. So she asks, if you were a magazine, which one would you be? And he says, GQ.
Of course.
And he says he would love to be a Hanes underwear model. And she says to him, I have the ick from this.
I know. I love it. I loved it.
And he's like, I know I joke, but I'm real deep. And she's like, you are? Because I feel like you're not opening up to me at all.
Yeah.
So then he goes, oh, you want to see sad boy Steve? Sensitive sensei.
Don't ever say that again.
Okay. This is like step 3. Okay. Step 1 was separate yourself from the pack. Step 2 is show my sensitive side. Step 3 is show that I have a side that cries. So like step 2, show my romantic side with the grandma and grandpa.
Yeah.
This is show my sensitive side. And he has an alter ego for it. That's step 3. You have an alter ego. Red flag. Red flag. So she's practically gagging on the other side of the wall. He goes, I have a playlist in my phone called Sensitive Sensei. And she's like, no.
She's like, please get me out of this room. Date's over.
Okay. Now we're going to enter the world of Kevan. Kevan.
Yes.
I mean, he's an average looking guy. He's a good looking dude. Whatever. Kia, very pretty, 30.
Very pretty.
Marketing director. She's chatting with him, and I just wrote, Jesus Christ, what is it with fucking Interstellar on this show? So many times people talk about their favorite movie, and it's Interstellar. Like, what is happening? I mean, it was an okay movie, but can we all calm the fuck down about it?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's not my top 10. Maybe there's just a list of movies they have the rights to talk about. So they're like, one of these has to be your favorite.
The other one was, Leonardo DiCaprio, where everything is not real. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yes. Inception.
Thank you. That was another popular one a couple of years ago. Yeah. So he's very sweet because he does say, my last relationship, I was with someone for 2 years, and I'm really happy for that relationship because she taught me a lot. I learned how to listen.
Yeah.
I learned how to talk about my feelings. Like, I love when a guy can be like, I learned from this relationship.
Yes.
Or guy or like anybody can say, I learned from that relationship, because it's just refreshing to hear that.
Yeah, because not everything is like, F my ex, she was a biatch. No, it's like she was actually a good person, and she taught me a lot.
Biatch. That's what the kids say.
That's how the kids say it. Yeah. But he's honest. Like, she was a good person, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, I agree. To me, that's a green flag when a guy is like, I am grateful for all my exes, or or just can talk kindly about their exes.
So question mark, is it a red or green flag if the gentleman goes on an apology tour to his exes?
Red flag.
Red flag. Okay, good to know.
Kevan is chatting now. His name is Kevin, but they joke and they call him Kevan. A lot of times, or Kevan, whatever.
They tease him about his name.
He says Kevin. He's chatting now with Tyler, 32, design director. He's more into Tyler at this point.
Yeah.
Than Kia. He's been journaling. She likes that. But the problem with these two is he's in Columbus, she's in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And he's like, how are we going to navigate that? So she starts saying, like, she is excelling in her career.
Mm-hmm.
And I love this because she talks about how, as a woman of color, she was able to achieve this, and it's a big step for her. And she's like, there wasn't code switching. I didn't have to do it. Like, I was just me. Mm-hmm. And to get, she hit the director level before she was 30, which I guess is like unheard of in her company.
Yeah. It's very hard in general. Yeah.
Yeah. And she says, where I came from is it's a big accomplishment to get to where I am now.
Yes.
So like, she's super proud of it.
Mm-hmm.
But the next sentence out of her mouth is, but I would move for my husband. I would give that up for my husband. And I'm screaming, no.
I know.
Please no. Please
Especially not the husband you meet on Love is Blind. Don't just quit your job tomorrow. Like,
right. Okay. Now we meet Alex. He's a soccer coach, and he says, I've always judged people on looks because I was a professional soccer player, and I just have my pick of the litter. He's meeting with Ashley, 33, claims manager, who the house has nicknamed Barbie. So that ought to tell you something. And they're flirting, and it gets real hot. I thought they were going to like bang through the wall.
Yeah. And is this when she cuts back into the quarters and she makes a comment about like being wet downstairs.
Oh God, I missed that. No.
Yes, it was gross. I said, your mother's going to watch this, young lady.
Wow. Okay. Now let's go to my favorite part of episode 1, which is Emma and Steven's breakup. Now remember, guys, Steven told us at the end of their last conversation, sensitive sensei here, needed to go and think about and find things to be deep about and bring them back to her. Wow, and, red flag.
But what were those things that he thought about?
Okay, so he comes in and he says, so this is interesting because this is step 4, right? So you're gaslighting somebody into thinking that you're doing the hard work, but you're really getting them to do the hard work.
Yes.
So he comes in and he's like, okay, I'm ready to get all deep.
Mm-hmm.
But it's only her who talks about things that are deep. Yeah. She opens up and tells him that she's adopted at age 3. And he immediately goes, that tells me something about your appearance.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, is that kind of racist that he's immediately like, because I think he's assuming that she's Asian because she was adopted at a young age by herself. I don't know.
Yeah. And I think she even says, I was adopted, but I'm not going to say where I was adopted from because that will give off my appearance.
Yeah.
Yep. But I think he's like, oh, that means international. That's something different. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So she says, please stop. I don't like you trying to figure out what I look like. This, you know what this reminded me of? Could I put you on my shoulders at a music festival?
Yes. Oh, the worst character ever. Ugh.
So now he tells her, you're hiding. You're hiding. You don't know how to be real and be sensitive.
He tries to flip it.
He's gaslighting her.
Yeah, in real time.
She literally told you the most personal thing about her. And you're saying she's hiding. Mm-hmm. And don't forget, you're supposed to be the one sharing.
Yeah.
This is wild. This was step 4.
Yeah.
So now she tells him about her scars and her birthmarks. And we see him writing this all down.
Mm-hmm.
And she starts getting emotional. And he's like, you getting sad over there? You getting sad over there?
But it was no care about her being sad in his tone. Like, you getting sad over there? Like, ugh. Yeah.
Now we come into step 5, which I call evoking the notebook.
oh God. This, I'm going to do a PSA for men. Men, if you're listening, which I know you're probably not, stop trying to romanticize us with the notebook.
Stop it. Stop trying to manipulate us with the notebook. Not happening.
It's not happening.
So his big, deep, dark thing, Becca, is he's going to talk about his first kiss. So I'm like, okay, is this going to be like my first kiss with Jamie Bigonetta on my front porch where I tried to kiss him and I didn't know how to kiss and he and all his friends laughed at me and I ran away?
Oh, like you were on your own front porch and you ran away?
I ran into the house crying.
Oh, that's so sad.
But like, that's what I thought was going to happen. Like this was going to be some vulnerability. It's not. He just talks about kissing this girl at the movies. Okay.
Yeah. And she was like, I want to kiss you. And then we kissed. Like,
yeah. Okay, dude. Yeah. Then he talks about, then he says, when did you lose your virginity?
Like,
okay. Pro tip. Yeah. Don't ask a woman this on national television or on dates 1 through 10.
No. Like, and
if she wants to talk about it, fine, but don't ask.
In general, I don't think we need to talk about how many people we've had sex with, when's the first time we had sex, how many times have we had sex. Like, let's just stop those conversations in general.
The reason that I caution, especially men, from asking this question is 50% of the time, a woman does not have a consensual story about her first time having sex, at least. Yeah. So, like, if she's not volunteering it, chances are it didn't go well and she doesn't want to talk about it.
No.
So she's like, I lost it in college. And he goes, oh, late bloomer. And she does not like that comment.
No, that really, you could tell that hit a spot in her.
Yeah.
And I the vibe I kind of got was that I think because of the scars, she wasn't the most popular with the gentlemen in high school.
Yeah, she says that to him. She's like, people didn't want me. Like, what? This is, I kind of get where she's coming from here in that when I was like maybe 16, 17, I put on a lot of weight and I was very heavy through most of my 20s. And so when I hear people talking about like being out in bars in their 20s and banging people, and I'm always like, yeah, no, nobody wanted me. Like it's you do feel that way.
Yeah. And that starts
so
to play
bad
with
for
your
her.
psyche. Yeah.
Yeah. So he says, well, my first time was like The Notebook. Dude, read the fucking room. She just told you her first time wasn't good.
Yeah.
Now you're going to lay out the plot of The Notebook?
So you just drop the sex talk, dude. You don't keep going on.
Or you just say, I'm so sorry that your first time wasn't what you wanted it to be, and move on.
Mm-hmm.
So she never saw The Notebook. He can't let this go. Can't let this go. Like, wait a minute. I've studied. This is step 5. Step 5 doesn't work if you don't know The Notebook. Now my plan has failed. Like, he is spiraling.
And they start to kind of argue, and you can tell she's like, no, I've never seen it. Like, leave me alone.
He says, I feel like you're walled off. And she's like, I've gone deep with you and you just like tell me that he says, I've gone deep with you and you're just telling me you kissed some guy. Dude, she told you she was adopted. She told you about her physical scars.
Yeah.
Fuck right off this guy.
She told you one of her probably most insecure feelings is that in high school, no one wanted her.
Yeah. She says, you're rubbing me the wrong way. Oh, she gets emotional first. And this is where she says, nobody wanted me.
Yeah.
She's like, you're rubbing me the wrong way. You're interrupting me. He's making faces and making gestures. And he gets really defensive. And she's kind of like, you know what?
Yeah.
My other connections are stronger.
Yeah.
And he leaves. Thank God.
Thank God.
PSA for all single people out there.
Mm-hmm.
If you're on a date and you see any of these 5 steps that we've laid out that Stephen has demonstrated, no return call for that person.
Run, get up and leave. Yeah.
We go back to at the end of episode 1. Vic tells us he's blessed to have met Christine. He proposes. She says yes.
Yep.
So we have our first couple.
Yay.
And then we see an ambulance show up and I'm like, what? And somebody's screaming.
Yes. And you're like, what is going on? And you just see like the camera's kind of a little crazy.
I'm like, did Emma murder Steven? Did somebody else murder Steven? So in episode 2, we learned that Alyssa, 38 nurse, accidentally put nail glue in her eye instead of eye drops.
Yes. And I love the one when she's talking and the one girl makes a joke. She's like, wow, you're really committing to Love is Blind.
That was pretty good. Okay. Vic and Christine reveal in episode 2. She tells him, you are the best thing I've ever seen. He's like, oh my God, you're beautiful. These two are so into each other and I'm into him.
I'm into it. And they're playing U2. Like they've spent some money on a song.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I loved it. They've like
are they playing Beautiful Day? I think so.
Yes.
Yeah. Oof. So Emma still reeling from being gaslit by Steven, and she's with Mike now and they're talking. And he says the kid thing is kind of scaring me, and she confides in him now about the adoption, about the birthmarks, and he is a completely different and appropriate reaction.
Oh, he is. That's how you should behave when someone tells you these things about themselves. Yes.
He's like, I appreciate you sharing that with me. Look at all you've overcome. You would be a fantastic mother if you did choose to be a mother.
Yeah.
And you should be so proud of what you went through. And he shares with her that he was premature and almost died as an infant. And they're both fighters. Like, this is how it should go.
This was, I fell in love with Mike in this moment. It was so sweet. He was in there with her. He wasn't, looking through his playlist.
The Sensitive Sensei playlist. Ugh. What's on that? Dave Matthews? Definitely Dave Matthews.
100% Dave Matthews. Oh God.
Yeah, he has to pretend to like Dave Matthews to be sensitive with the ladies. Probably the soundtrack from The Notebook.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I think a Creed song.
Oh, yeah. Creed.
Yeah.
You're right. Maybe Kid Rock.
Oh God.
Jump scare. So now she tells Connor about these two things, the adoption and the scars. He similarly reacts like a human being with empathy.
Yes.
And, they imagine their life together. Everything's fine. So now Jordan, we're back in the quarters, and Jordan is telling the guys he's a little concerned about Amber having a kid.
Yeah.
He says he's nervous about meeting the kid, and Connor says to him, and Connor's a good dude, and we get that.
Yeah.
Because he says, dude, there's a reason she chose you. And a lot of them are like, you're a good guy, which tells me he is a good guy.
He seems like a good guy. Yeah. And I think it's in this moment he's doing a like confessional kind of thing. And he says, I find it ironic because my one thing I said I was a deal breaker was kids. But now that I've met her, I like her. I like the kid. I want to move forward. And
he's like, I'm excited about it.
Yeah. And that's mature growth. Like you're watching mature growth in action. And I really liked it.
I agree. So they're in their little date, their pod date, Amber and Jordan, and they're both shitty with money. They laugh about it. I just wrote, ruh-roh. No. He asks if she has a type, and she says, not really. She says she was made fun of in school. She was the poor kid, and she was kind of, it seems to me like the way she describes it, she was kind of nerdy and maybe like tall and skinny and lanky. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And she just was kind of like,
she kind of came into her looks maybe in high school, college.
Yeah.
Because she's gorgeous now.
She's very pretty. Yeah.
So he confides in her that he had difficulty learning and that teachers had called him stupid and stuff. And he's like, but I got my degree and, I'm really proud of that. But he does say, I still haven't found my path career-wise, but I do want to pursue my passion, which is cooking.
Yeah.
They both agree they're kind of weird, and they like that about each other.
Yeah.
They talk about their chemistry, and she goes, as long as you're not a 60-year-old fat, nasty man. Ugh.
And he's not fat, but he's a larger, more statured man.
And I know that he is self-conscious about it because he has said, like, people just think I'm a big oaf. Yeah. Which is kind of that language. And I think he's absolutely adorable.
He probably, did he play football? He looks like he played football.
Yeah, probably. So later, Jordan's making his mom's chocolate chip cookies. They just always film Jordan eating or cooking.
I know. He's making breakfast every day. Yeah.
These cookies look absolutely delicious.
They did.
I really wanted some at this.
I was like, what's the recipe? Share it.
Share it. On their date, so he made these cookies for her, and on their date, she asks if he's nervous about Emma, her daughter, and he says he is nervous. And this is important. He says, I'm grateful that Emma has a great relationship with her dad, so that I'm just kind of like a bonus person. Like, I don't have a ton of pressure on me to be the dad to this kid. And I think that is important.
And right now, that is important. Like, that's just what he is. You're a bonus person to love her. And if this relationship progresses, then it would be more. But yeah.
He wrote something for her, and it starts with, to the most beautiful person I've never seen.
I loved it.
And he proposes, and she says yes. So now we have our second couple.
2.
Amber and Jordan. Okay, let's get to the Kevin, Tyler, Kia triangle.
Oh, man.
Whew. They talk about her career. Now, remember, Tyler's the one who achieved so much, and, she's very happy in Cincinnati. He asks if she'd be willing to move, and he's concerned. He doesn't want her to give up her career.
Yeah.
But she says she would. And he says, what if we don't have kids? And she said, well, that would be awful, but I would get over it. No. So now you're going to give up a career that you're so super proud of and work so hard for, and now you're backtracking on if you want kids. No. Not the right guy.
This is not for you.
Again, this is where this game gets into people trying to win it, quote unquote.
And sometimes, and I feel like this with Kevin and Tyler. Tyler is, what is that saying? You're trying to put a peg into a hole, or
a round hole. Yeah.
And she's trying to make him work because I don't think she wants to lose.
Right. Yeah. And it's like, that's not what this is about.
No.
They should make it where you get a certain amount of money to go on this show, whether you are in a pair or not.
Yes.
So that there's no real, the only incentive for getting to the end is to meet your love.
Yeah. Because the rumor is they get more money if they get to the wedding, correct?
Yeah. That's the rumor. Little Miss Recap will return in a moment. For ad-free episodes, visit littlemissrecap.com/support. So, all right. She says she is to be called a mother. I don't know why I wrote that. So she would cry. Oh, she says, I am called to be a mother.
Yeah.
So I would not cry a river if we didn't have kids. I would cry oceans, but I would get over it. No,
I don't
Tyler,
think you will.
no. Mm-mm. So they talk about what if our kid was queer, and he says, I would love them no matter what. And she loves that answer. And I just wrote, sounds like she's dated some real assholes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they had a nice conversation about alternative sexuality with children and how you would
Yep.
feel. And I thought it was a nice, normal conversation that you would have.
I agree.
Yeah.
Kevin says when he was 18, his mom almost died. It changed his whole family. It's really an interesting story. He happened to be suspended and he was like home from school that day and he saved her life.
Yeah. And she had like a rare blood infection in her leg.
Were you immediately like, oh my God, what are the signs of this?
Yes.
So I know if this happens to me.
Please tell me what it was.
Yeah.
Like, what was she feeling like leading up to it?
Right.
Now my leg hurts.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Freaks me out when I hear stuff like this. So she had to get her foot amputated. And so like, this is kind of why he's saying he can't move is he has to be near her.
Yes.
Because it sounds like he helps care for her.
It does. It seems like he has a lot of responsibilities for his mom. Yeah.
Yeah. So she goes back, Tyler does, and she's on a high and she's back in the quarters like, I'm definitely getting engaged. And you see Kia just like,
yeah.
giving the stink eye.
Because Kia knows, I don't think Tyler at this point knows, but Kia knows that they're like dating the same guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Kevin and Kia now, he starts by asking her where she's at. She's like, I'd like to get to know you. And he's honest with her. And he says, I have a stronger connection. So they are on day 6 at this point. And we know they stay in the pods for, is it 2 weeks or 10 days?
So I thought from the way they were talking, it seemed like they had to be engaged by day 7.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let me look it up. Amye and Becca, Google on air. Okay. 10 days.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Chris Colin says there's only 10 days of shootings in the pods.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. So 4 days. So she says, look, I'm a big girl. Like I can handle it. If if you're done with this, whatever. She's being very mature about it.
Yeah.
And he's like, let's just talk a little bit more about you. So she talks about her aunt and uncle's marriage and, how sweet it was and what she learned from it. And they agree that they're going to keep talking and getting to know each other.
Yeah.
So later they're eating dinner on another date and she talks about whether or not he's talking about their relationship in the men's quarter. So this is sort of starting to become a thing.
Yeah.
She talks about her mom being an addict and her dad dying when she was younger. And she says her grandmother raised her. Like, it sounds like she had kind of a rough upbringing.
Yeah.
And she says something about like her dad used to collect watches and now she bought a watch and it reminds her of him. Like, it's very sweet.
But she had never worn a watch until she came on this show and she bought herself a watch.
Yeah. It's very sweet. He's like falling for her, you could tell. And I think it's because she's being vulnerable.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in the women's quarters, Tyler is going crazy about Kia and Kevin. And she's like, if they've been dating for this long, she could be my man's side bitch. She could be I don't like this language.
I don't like it.
No.
I feel like Tyler kind of gets activated when she doesn't need to be activated.
Tyler shows her ass. And here's how. Now they go into, Kevin is going in with her again. Okay. And he seems off and they're eating In-N-Out burger, which yum. How are they getting it?
And I didn't even know that there was, they're in LA. They filmed the pods in LA.
In LA. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was going to say, is there In-N-Out in Ohio?
Is Chris Colin just running around picking up orders of In-N-Out and dropping them off? Like, give me some. So he says, she senses that he's off. And he's like, you were the first person I gravitated towards, but now it's kind of crazy. He says, I think things would be hard between us.
Yeah.
So I think he's hinting at the moving here. And she goes, so you're not open to doing long distance or somebody moving to you?
Yeah. I think the distance is really playing with his head, and that she would give up her career. And like, I think that's like circling the drain in his brain.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And he says, well, no, I just would prefer to meet somewhere in the middle. And, he's kind of talking like that. And so now he tells her how he feels about her. He's like, I just think you're great. And she goes, I'm not going to listen to another fucking speech about how fucking great I am anymore. And she leaves and slams the door on him.
Yeah.
That's the end of episode 2.
And he's just standing there, and he kind of looks at the camera, and he's like, I was just talking. Like,
yeah. All right. Episode 3 picks up with Jordan and Amber's reveal. And I'm going to call it, she is the ick.
The way her body was leaning into him when she first hugged him and her face was away.
She is the ick. Mm-hmm.
She's not attracted to his body type, I don't think.
Nope. And she's missing out because he is absolutely adorable. Mm-hmm. He would be a great catch, and he cooks.
Yes.
Girl.
Can we talk about one thing real quick?
Yes.
The way she is posing.
Okay.
Before the doors open.
I know. Like a Charlie's Angel situation.
I couldn't handle it. I was screaming, stop it.
I know. It's wild. This is how I know she is the ick. He's like, you look incredible. And she goes, thank you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He has to ask her, do you like what you see?
Yeah.
She tells the camera, he has an incredible smile.
Mm-hmm. His eyes light up. Yeah.
Yeah. So I predict disaster here.
Yeah.
And we never saw him with anyone else. So I don't know what other connections he had.
Yeah.
But he needs somebody else.
Yeah.
His DMs will be on fire after this ends in disaster, which it will.
And they finally kiss when they're sitting on the couch, but it's not like some of the other couples.
Yeah. No, it's not like Vic and Christine. They were like ready to just
he would have just picked her up and married her right then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, new couple alert. We haven't seen these two, have we? Brittany and Devante?
Yeah, they were. I was like, well, 2 new people we've never
brand
seen.
New people.
Yeah.
Brittany's 32. She's a nurse. She's being with Devante, 31 sales manager. She's stunning.
She's so cute.
She's a labor and delivery nurse. She says she loves it. She loves seeing babies come out of vaginas. She thinks it's the most beautiful thing in the world. And he loves her passion for it. So he's ready to become a father, a family man. And then he tells us he was pulled out by production because his grandfather died.
I know. And I was like, is he going to leave? What's going to happen? Like, is he going to find her outside the pods? Like, yeah.
Well, it's wild because he's like, if I stay here, it has to be for the right reasons. And I'm like, no pressure. No. Now I feel like there's like a ton of pressure on her to like say yes.
She better like him now. Yeah.
We meet Alex. We don't meet, but we're back with Alex and Ashley. Remember, Alex is the soccer dude and Ashley is Barbie. This Alex guy is such a bro. Such a bro. He's quoting a Bronx Tale. Oh, God. The amount of men I've seen quote Bronx Tale.
Oh, man.
He's on a date with Ashley and he tells her the story about how he was supposed to be drafted and he was a number 10 pick and he hurt his knee. This is a heartbreaking story.
I lived this story with my ex-husband with a different sport. And this is something that he's not over and he won't get over.
I don't see how you do get over this because, just my girls played soccer and lacrosse and there were kids who played with them, not my girls, but who played with them who were really good at it and playing. Like you could tell they were going to go play in college and they have.
Yeah.
And they were trying, they dedicated their childhoods to this sport.
Yeah.
And to have all of that taken away from you. Oof.
It's an identity crisis. It's who am I outside this game?
So that I get, that I totally get. But he loses me when he's like telling the camera how hot he is.
Oh, God. And he tells the story about professional athletes. And they marry hot women, and then when they retire, they realize that their wives aren't as hot as they.
Yeah, well, no. He said the wives get to be like 35, and they're not that hot anymore. Fuck off.
35, out to pasture, ladies.
Wow. We were talking about this last night because we were watching, like I said, Harold and Maude is 79, and Harold's like 20. And we were talking about, first of all, this movie could never be made today. And if it was switched, she's so obviously grooming him. But we were talking about, like I said, it's so interesting to see this take because older women just traditionally are seen as having less value in the world than older men.
Yeah.
And Timmy was like, really? And I'm like, oh, yeah. Because men, can commonly date down.
Yep.
Where older women struggle with that. So like this 35 comment just really hit me.
Yeah. And, men age like a fine wine where women are fighting the aging.
I guess.
Yeah.
So now we see Kevin. He's sulking and he's talking to Jordan and the guys about how Tyler stormed out. And Jordan, sweet baby angel.
Oh, Jordan.
This is so something I would have said in my mid-20s. He's like, well, the fact that she stormed out like that just says she loves you. How much she cares.
No, that doesn't. That shows you how you're going to fight all the time.
Yes. And you can see Kevin's kind of like, oh, maybe.
Maybe she does just love me so much.
So meanwhile, cut to Tyler. She's in the women's quarter and she's crying and telling them, what happened. And Kia's there. Kia's trying not to get involved, which she shouldn't. And Kia tells the camera, I see her pain and it is gut wrenching, but we also are big girls and we both signed up for this. So let's not play the victim here.
And I can't remember exactly what Tyler says to her when she's stomping around leaving, but she says something to Kia.
Yeah. So she's stomping around leaving and she runs over to Kaya and they're not on camera, but they're mic'd.
Yeah.
And she's like, I know your man. I know your man. He's such a good man. And you could tell she's just emotionally dysregulated.
Yeah.
And Kia's like, get away from me. Like, I don't want to talk about this right now. Like, I need a minute.
Yeah.
So now we see Tyler come in for her confessional and the producers literally talk her into going back into the experiment.
I know. Wild. Well, they didn't want to, why? They see a firecracker and they don't want to lose that.
That's true.
Yeah.
So now they're back together, Kevin and Tyler, and he apologizes for triggering her. And he says, I don't want you to think I'm choosing someone over you. Kevin, this is not the right match for you. This is not the right fucking match for you.
I don't think so.
She can't leave her job. She wants children. Like this. What other flags do you need here?
And not that you have to have the same backstory as your partner, but I think that their lives, excuse me, are very different the way they grew up. I think he grew up different. I think he grew up more aligned to how Kia grew up.
Yeah.
And they have more in common.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now she's telling him how great she kind of love bombs him.
Yeah. I think she realized she showed the crazy too soon.
Yeah.
And she's got to reel it into him to make him remember she's the fun, cool girl again.
Yeah. Girls, you got to keep that crazy locked up.
You got to wait till you're married.
Locked up. Yeah. So she goes back into the quarter. She apologizes to Kia. They hug it out, whatever.
Yeah.
All right. So now we are left with four love triangles. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We got Breezy talking to Chris and Connor. We got Chris talking to Bree and Jessica.
Yep.
We got Kevin talking to Kia and Tyler. And we got Connor talking to Emma and Bree. So we got four triangles here. Okay. So we got Chris and Bree, Breezy and Chris. Don't forget. So this is actually funny because Chris kind of realizes in real time that Breezy's using words wrong. I don't know if you picked up on this.
Yes. I am her and she is me.
Yeah. He tells her this story about how it got back to him. I don't know, like somebody in the quarters or somebody on a date with him or that he was talking to in the pod said, your dream girl, the girl I think is best match for you is wearing an orange romper today.
Yeah.
So he had asked her, what are you wearing? And she said an orange romper. So he's telling her the story and she goes, oh, so that's why you're asking me what I'm wearing. Cause you're trying to debunk it. And he's like, no, I'm not trying to. And then she's like, oh yeah, you're trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Debunk doesn't mean figure out. Debunk means prove it wrong. So he's kind of like, oh, okay. And you just see this confusion on his face. I just had to point out because it was hilarious. So then Chris goes, this brings me to another question I'd like to ask. And she goes, oh yeah, here we go. Oh yeah, baby.
Okay. She's a bit intense.
He goes, Becca, this sounds like my nightmare life, but you tell me what you think. He goes, when it comes to long-term commitment, what are some of the qualities you'd like to see? Because I'm going to tell you what I'm bringing to the table. And he turns into like Billy Banks in an infomercial. And he's like, I can push you, get you to test yourself, grow harder, try harder, reach the next level, challenge yourself, whatever it is in life, help you grow as a person, reach our goals. And she's like, yes, yes, yes. And then she goes, I need someone who can make me feel safe and secure. And I'm like, girl, that's not what he's saying.
No, he's trying to get you to sign up for his MLM. Run away.
Like, there's nothing calm and safe and secure about somebody who's going to, quote, challenge you every day and push you.
No, I don't challenge and push me. Please. No, thank you.
Timmy challenged me and pushed me in benign ways. Like, he had me try different foods from different cultures that I had never tried. Okay.
Yeah.
He like took me on a quad for the first time, took me hiking, like things like that. Totally fine.
Yes.
He wasn't like, I'm going to make you do an ice bath in the morning and we're going to do 17 push-ups before you go to work. That might be pushing you and challenging you in a way that you're not comfortable with.
Especially not me.
No.
Don't push me to do physical activity.
And Chris tells the camera, I like Brie a lot, but Jess seems calm and intelligent. Okay. He says Jess is more open, but she's also 6 years older than me. And I don't know if that should matter, but she's 6 years older than me. And I get that. And I think he's handling this respectfully. Like maybe he's thinking if we want to wait a couple of years to have children, that could push the timeline, whatever.
Because she's 38.
Yeah. So he goes on a date with Jess now and she's like, you're my person. And he's like, wow, okay, let me take that in for a minute. And then he says, you've always been my number one. But he literally just told us in a confessional that Brie has been his number one from day one.
I think everyone is everyone's number one. Like they're throwing around these number ones. Like
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. They talk about types and she says she doesn't really have one. He's like, I like brunettes, which she is.
Mm-hmm.
He says, I resonate with your openness. No. Her openness resonates with you. You don't resonate with anything.
I don't want anyone to use any of those words when they're talking to me, though.
So they're both okay without having kids. Like they are a good match. I have to say they really are. She's very okay. I have a question for you. Why do these people feel the need to dress up to go into these pods when nobody's going to see them?
I guess because you're going to be on camera. But if I was doing this show, I would get a bunch of really cute sweatsuits.
Yeah, just dress for comfort.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. Jess has on sweats here and she looks adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Then Alex and Ashley, he proposes using the book The Alchemist that they both love. God. And before the rant, this is where he goes on before the proposal, this is where he goes on his rant about how hot he is.
Yes.
And I wrote, I don't think this guy's a bad dude. I just think that he doesn't realize how this is coming off. And when he's talking, I want to say to him, dude, stop talking.
Yeah.
Stop. Like you kind of see it happening in real time where he starts saying something and then it just keeps going and going and going. And you're like, dude.
He's been around a lot of boys. Like you can tell.
Yeah. So their reveal goes exactly how you'd expect. Two stunningly hot people finding out that love is blind.
Yes. Okay. They are all over each other.
Oh my God. They're going to like eat each other's faces.
I thought 100% they are banging in Mexico.
100%.
They will be. Yes.
At the end of episode 6. Oh, we'll be in Mexico by that point. I was going to say, let's talk about who's going to bang, but can't. All right. So we end episode 3 with Connor's choice.
Yes.
So Connor and Emma, he really, really wants kids. And I think it's her stance on kids that has turned him here.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
I do. And I think that's fair, though. I think if you really want kids, this is not the person for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He tells the camera, Emma is at my top, though. And Breezy annoys me.
Doesn't he make he says, she never lets me talk. I don't get a word in edgewise.
It's so weird because for some reason, after he says this, well, we don't know how they edit this. It could be completely out of order.
Yeah.
But then he goes on a date and suddenly Breezy and him are in agreement that they're choosing each other.
Yeah.
And they need to go break up with Chris and Emma respectively. No, respectively.
I didn't see how that happened, but it happened. It was,
Yeah. So Bree breaks up with Chris and he's like, it's fine because I was going to do the same.
Yeah.
And because he's into Jess and he tells her about Jess and she's like, oh my God, I love Jess. She's great. Good for you. This was a good breakup.
This was nice. Like they realized they weren't each other's people and he was into someone else. And yeah.
So Connor and Emma have a date now and she tells him he's at her top and he's like, well, about that.
He's like, shit can change.
He's like, I have a stronger connection. And we end on the cliffhanger with her going, well, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
That's where we end.
And he goes, fuck. And it just ends.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So the three couples we have, Christine and Vic, they're definitely into each other.
They're into each other. I believe in their love. If they don't get married and make it, I'm done with this show.
I love it. I love him so in it. He's the hottest guy on this season by far.
And he seems the most well-adjusted. Like,
His voice could like melt butter.
Yes.
Amber and Jordan. I love Jordan. Amber's not into him. She's got the ick.
I think it's going to be a roller coaster of a ride. Yeah.
Alex and Ashley.
I think they're boring. They're good looking. They're going to get married.
Amber will be an interesting one to keep our eye on because for somebody who, talks a big game about not being materialistic or into looks, she told that heartwarming story about being together when you're broke.
Yeah.
I think she's going to judge him on how he looks.
Yeah. And there's something under her personality that I just feel a little crazy may come out.
Oh, maybe.
And I don't think Jordan's prepared for that.
Yeah. We should have we should place bets on when the crazy's going to come out and when the bros are going to come out.
Oh, the bros are gonna the bros are gonna be broing. They can't hold it back. I think
I don't get bro vibe at all from Jordan. You probably don't either, and that's why we like him.
Yeah,
and Vic too. No bro,
no bro.
No. That's refreshing, isn't it?
It's refreshing to not be around the bros. Yes.
Yeah, I agree. Bro free zone. But I'm glad Steven's gone.
Yes.
May he never darken our doorways again. But I have a feeling we'll see him at the mixer.
Oh, he's gonna He's going to
weasel.
Thank you. My brain was not connecting there. His way into that party, no matter what.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. All right, my friend. We're done.
We're done. And now I'm going to run to watch 4, 5, 6.
Oh my God. Me too. Me too.
Wait.
Guys, episodes 4, 5, and 6, all in one lump. Our part 2 will drop in your feed immediately after this. So make sure you listen to them in the right order. You'll be very confused.
Oh, yeah. You won't know what's going on.
And then we will be back next week with episodes. I think they do 7, 8, 9.
7, 8, 9
at once. Yeah.
That works good. We kept them in 3s.
If you can't get enough of Becca and me.
Nope.
No one ever said that.
No, a lot of people do.
We are over on Murder She Watched covering Murdoch, Death in the Family, which we're having a good time doing. And we're also here on Patreon on our $8 level covering Suddenly Amish.
Yes.
Which we thought we were going to bail on. And now we're back.
The show, no one knows what they think about it.
No. All right, Becca, thank you so much. Guys, if you want to, please join our Facebook group, Backdoor Friends. Link is in the show notes. It's a really wonderful, supportive community, and we really have a good time in there. So jump in.
It's one of the best places on the internet.
Yes, it is. It truly is our safe space.
It really is.
It really is. We're not using that like Cody Brown. It's real. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.